Hi, so my name is Arthur Rezen, and I'm the founder of a company called Jovian. We basically help tech companies build their cloud versions. As a startup founder, as a technology company founder, you always one of the main things that you have to do is go out and find new customers and basically make through the deals where you don't have much tool sets in place and much processes in place. So one of the things that were a real concern to us, or to me, before the bootcamp was how do I manage the process? Where do I find the leads? When I already have the lead in place, how do I manage interaction with that lead? How do I close the deal? How do I structure pricing? So there's tons of things that you need to consider and have a better perspective of how to build them from scratch, basically. Basically, a lot of uncertainty. How do you go about obtaining a new customer and how do you scale that process? Because like at the beginning, you are in exploration mode where you try to better understand who is your customer, what are the exact values you're serving, and like how do you make sure that the customer actually understands these values and it works for them. Sure. So the first is, even that I did have some experience with sales process and sales organizations, and had a rough understanding of how to go about and make a sale in the space. The bootcamp is giving a really great perspective and structure to the process. So you know where you begin, you know how to outreach to a customer, you have a better understanding of what should be the flow, what should happen at each time point, and know the status of and the progress of the sale until the end of it. So like the structure is a really great impact that the bootcamp provided. Also, how to manage a demo, right? Usually, the customer wants a demo, you start showing him your nice new screens that you've built especially for them, but that's not always helpful to the sales process. So the bootcamp really provided a great structure on how to go about the demo call and how to set up the stage for the demo to make it really impactful to complete the sale. And third one is pricing, right? So like you're building a new product. Like how do you price it? Like what tiers, what kind of customers, what kind of price range, and how do they think about buying your product from a pricing perspective? So the bootcamp providing really great structure on how to think about it and how to plan the right pricing for the right customer for the right value that you're providing them. Like in the pricing process, when we started to lay out, basically going through the various features and just lay them out on paper, you suddenly have this eureka moment where so these are the features that are very suitable for the larger companies, and these are the features that are more suited for everyone, but also like the smallest, like the companies that are just starting to consume your product. For us, it was like a really helpful to better understand how to build the premium enterprise version and how to do the pricing for that part versus how to do the pricing for the entry-level product. I think, having like a visually seeing the structure that you wanna, the flow that you wanna build on that call, and the fact that you're still on the discovery, even that you're on a demo call, you're still on the discovery. Like most of the call is asking questions and having like the right structure for them to build up towards actually seeing the demo, which should basically help you convert into a deal. So like that was a really helpful part of that. One of the main things that we sort of realized that you don't go into these calls with assumptions. Rather, you're going into these calls in a discovery mode. Like the idea is to basically have a better understanding of the customer and his pains, and let them describe the pains that they are trying to solve. And so they would be the ones who would end up with this realization your product is really helpful to their situation. So a lot of things. So like the demo calls are going much smoother, like reaching out to new customer prospecting is much simpler because now we have a process in place where, it was really random before that. And we have automation on email automation, and we've built a flow of how to follow up with the new lead that's coming on board. The demo calls are going much smoother. The negotiation on the pricing is going much smoother because now you have like a logical structure towards the pricing that you're asking for your product. So it's much smoother as well. So it's an actual interactive process where you learn and discover, right? And it's a discussion. It's not, something that you do once and forget about. It's more of a discussion that you get to experience while you're learning that with real prospects, and then have a follow-up discussion a week afterwards or a few days afterwards on your experience and get live feedback on what's happening. To founders, I guess, obviously, this is targeted towards founders of companies, so definitely highly recommend it to founders of new companies. Even that, even if you're an experienced salesperson doing a startup, is something entirely different from being in sales in a corporate or in an existing company, because you have to put in place many new processes, and for each company, these processes are usually quite different between companies. So the fact that you came, and started your own company with some sales experience doesn't mean that, the things that you've learned, because that would apply exactly. So the bootcamp provides a really great structure into how to think about building these new processes.